pretending we're in love, but it's never enough. Nah, I wish we could take it back in time before we cross the line. Now, when we see a storm is closing in, I reach out for your hand. Don't say a word while we dance with the devil. You brought a fire to a world so cold. We're out of time on a highway to never. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't say a word while we dance with the devil. You brought a fire to a world so cold. We're out of time on a highway to never. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, oh yeah, hold on. Don't say a word while we dance with the devil. You brought a fire to a world so cold. We're out of time on a highway to never. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't say a word while we dance with the devil. You brought a fire to a world so cold. We're out of time on a highway to never. Hold on, hold on, big city life, me try forget my pressure now ease up no matter how hard me try. Big city life, in my heart have no base, and right now Babylon dip on me case. Big city life, try forget by pressure now ease up no matter how hard me try. Big city life, my heart have no base, and right now Babylon dip on me case. People in a show, all lined in a row. We just push on by. It's funny how hard we try. Take a moment to relax before you do anything rash.
I gotta bring a lot of water over here.
Don't you wanna know me? Be a friend of mine. I'll share some wisdom with you. Don't you ever get lonely from time to time. Don't let the system get you down. Big city life, me try forget my pressure now ease up no matter how hard me try. Big city life, in my heart have no base, and right now Babylon dip on me case. Big city life, try forget my pressure now ease up no matter how hard me try. Big city life, my heart have no base, and right now Babylon dip on me case. Soon our work is done, all of us one by one. Still we live our lives as if all this stuff survives. Don't you wanna know me? Be a friend of mine. I'll share some wisdom with you. Don't you ever get lonely from time to time.
Well, we're getting ready now. We are inside 5 minutes until this race gets underway. Gazprom-RusVelo, the first team to roll down the start ramp in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. They're already behind the stage. They're getting warmed up They have already been around the course and they are getting ready to roll down and try and set the fastest time over this 16 kilometers of racing. The team of Gazprom-RusVelo then, Alexander Porsev, all Russian team who will be starting. Stage winner in the Tour of Luxembourg, national road race champion Ildar Arslanov, who is 24 years of age, a 5th place in the Tour of Turkey. Igor Boev, who won the 5 Rings of Moscow. Stepan Kiryanov, the 22-year-old rider, 7th in the Tour of Croatia. Artem Nish, Sergei Shilov is also in the team, and Anton Vorobiev is the final member of the squad, twice the national time trial champion of Russia. So we're getting ready for our first teams to roll down the start ramp to get underway. The teams will be going at 5-minute intervals. So for those of you who are looking for teams and want to cheer on some riders, Gazprom-RusVelo, the first team to go, 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go now. Team Novo Nordisk are the second team to go, 5 minutes later at 14:55. Then it's the local team, UAE Team Emirates, who will be going off at 1500, 3 o'clock in the afternoon exactly. Following up them is Mitchelton-Scott, then EF Education first, then Mark Cavendish's team, Team Dimension Data. We're inside 3 minutes now until the race gets underway. So we are going to welcome the team up here shortly and we'll start to count down to the race start. We want you to welcome all the riders. You can come right in here on the barriers if you would like to. You can get right close. If you were at the Giro d'Italia, you would never, ever be able to stand here. This is why it's so great to be here in the UAE at this time in the season, because you are literally a few feet from the stars of the world of cycling. Vincenzo Nibali, Mark Cavendish, Fernando Gaviria, Marcel Kittel. Fernando Gaviria, the new sprinter from the UAE. He's looking forward to trying to win a stage here. We've got so many stars, Primoz Roglic, Richie Porte, all these top riders. Alejandro Valverde, the world champion, is here with his Movistar team. So we're getting ready then to welcome the team inside 2 minutes until the riders are about to roll down the start ramp. We are in the ADNOC stage of this year's race, 7 days of racing and course, and we're going to finish in Dubai at the end of the 7 stages. We climb up Hatta Dam, we climb up Jebel Hafit, we climb up Jebel Jais, which is the big climb, the 20-kilometer climb. We welcome our ladies here from the Yaz Cycles. They're going to hold up the stars of the world of cycling, and our first team is about to appear here on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, as they get themselves formed up, they will be held up. We are 1 minute and 16 seconds from the first team getting underway. To drop the flag on the race start, we welcome the Vice President of Corporate Services of ADNOC, our sponsors of this stage. We welcome Khalid Ali Al-Hossani to drop the flag for the first team. We are 55 seconds now from the race start as we get ready to count down. We're getting all the riders lined up and they are being held up now for the race start. The flag is up. Khalid Ali Al-Hossani, the Vice President of Corporate Services of ADNOC, we give him a warm welcome here onto the stage. This is the ADNOC stage of this year's race. We count down now then, 30 seconds until the race is underway. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here for the UAE Tour. 7 days of racing as we count down now, 20 seconds until this team is underway. Counting down now, 15 seconds for Gazprom-RusVelo. We count down now, 10 seconds until Gazprom-RusVelo roll down the start ramp. 5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Away then. Gazprom-RusVelo, the first team to
get started in this year's race. I'm going to leave Gary here on the stage. He's going to count down all the teams. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the UAE Tour.
Stage 1 is underway.
Thank you very much, Anthony. Anthony will be at the finish line greeting the team as they cross over the line, completing their team time trials. And of course, the first team taking off today, Gazprom-RusVelo. We have riders on the team: Alexander Porsev, Ildar Arslanov, Igor Boev, Stepan Koryanov, Artem Nich, Sergei Shilov, and Anton Vorobiev. All for Team Gazprom-RusVelo. First team.
At the first stage, 16 kilometers, and the team time trials.
You already moved.
I'm joined here on the ramp from with these lovely ladies from Yas Cycles. They're gonna help us start every team, is that right? Okay. You're very welcome to the starting line. Make sure, it is a very hot day, make sure you're wearing your sunscreen. Very important, of course. Okay, just over 3 minutes for our next team, Novo Nordisk, to start here on the starting line ramp.
Welcome along to the start line. If you have just joined us for the very first stage of the UAE Tour. And we are welcoming on the starting ramp right now Team Novo Nordisk. We have 7 riders with Novo Nordisk. 1 minute,
36 seconds.
Seven team members: Declan Irvine, Mehdi Benamuda, Sam Brand, Fabio Calabria, Peter Kushtor,
Andrea Perron, and Charles Planet. Team Novo Nordisk, 1 minute to go. Getting ready here on the ramp. At the starting line. And to drop the flag for Novo Nordisk, please welcome
to the ramp His Excellency from Abu Dhabi Sports Council General Secretary Arif Alawani. Okay, we have 30 seconds for Novo Nordisk to get started here on the ramp. Stage 1, 16 kilometers.
Here on Al Hudayriyah Island. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds.
And up they go, Team Novo Nordisk. Let's hear it for them. Starting their team time trials. Thanks, ladies. You're doing a great job so far. Welcome along to the start line of stage 1 of the UAE Tour. You've got the best seat in the house. It is a very warm day. Make sure you stay hydrated and, of course, apply that sunscreen. Okay, just over 4 minutes before we welcome our next team, which is UAE Team Emirates. They will be taking off from the start line here at 3 p.m., which is just under 4 minutes away. And here they are, UAE Team Emirates, everybody.
Getting ready on the start line, we have Alexander Kristoff, Fernando Gaviria, Rui Costa, State Vegard, Daniel Martin, Oliviero Troya, and Diego Ulisi, all with UAE Team Emirates. 2 minutes, 43 seconds to go.
Team time trials, 16 kilometers around Al Hudayriyah Island here in Abu Dhabi. The first stage of the UAE Tour. And just over 2 minutes to go before UAE Team Emirates start their team time trial. And we're going to welcome to the ramp, the starting line, the Dubai Sports Council General Secretary of the UAE to drop the flag. Would you please welcome His Excellency Saeed Hareb. Okay, we have 1 minute and 20 seconds to go before UAE Team Emirates start their team time trial. Here at the starting line for stage 1 of the UAE Tour. Okay, 1 minute to go. Just 1 minute before we drop the flag for UAE Team Emirates. "40 seconds to go for UAE Team Emirates." Welcome along to the start line if you have just joined us here for the first stage of the UAE Tour. 25 seconds to go for UAE Team Emirates. "15 seconds. 10 seconds. And off they go. There is UAE Team Emirates starting their team time trial. Okay, we just have under 4.5 minutes for our next team, Mitchelton-Scott. to kickstart their time trial here at the first stage of the UAE Tour. And we're joined here at the start line by the ladies from Yas Cycle. Okay, we just have 3.5 minutes before Mitchelton-Scott are on their way here at the team time trials. And here they are on the starting ramp, Team Mitchelton-Scott. We have Michael Albacini, Jack Bauer, Sam Bewley, Brent Bookwalter, Sabu Gromay, Luca Metkes, and Callum Scottson. Just over 2 minutes to go before Mitchelton-Scott start their team time trial, the first stage of the UAE Tour, 16 kilometers here on Al Hudarai Island. And to drop the flag for Team Mitchelton-Scott, would you please welcome at the starting line the President of the UAE Cycling Federation, His Excellency Osam Al-Shafar. Okay, just under 1.5 minutes to go for Mitchelton-Scott. Okay, 1 minute to go before Team Mitchelton-Scott get underway here at the starting line. Okay, just 45 seconds to go. Okay, we just have 30 seconds. We're here at the starting line, getting ready for Mitchelton-Scott to get underway. We have 20 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're down to 10 seconds to go. And they're off. It's Team Mitchelton-Scott. Okay, 4.5 minutes. We'll welcome our next team in the team time trials, which will be Education First. Education First, getting ready to take part in their first team time trial here at the first stage of the UAE Tour. On Al Hudayriyah Island, 16 kilometers around this course. And it's a very hot day here in Abu Dhabi. Stay hydrated. Okay, just 3.5 minutes for Team Education First to get underway on the
team time trials.
If I'm lying here, who will take me home? This the track that make you lose your mind. This the track that make you press rewind. This the track that make the girls look fine. This the track that feel in your spine. This the track that put your hands in the air and wave them around like they just don't care. This the track that put your hands in the air and wave them around like they just don't care. This the track that put your hands in the air. This the track that put your hands in the air.
And here they are, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the starting line, Team Education First. With Team Education First, we have TJ Van Garderen,
Sean Bennett, Simon Clark, Daniel McClay, Sasha Madolo, James Whelan, and Julius Vandenberg. Okay, just over 2 minutes to go for Team Education First to get underway here at the starting line. Stage 1 of the UAE Tour. If you have just joined us here at the starting ramp, you're very welcome. People are gathering on the beach. You've got the best view for the race. We have just under 1.5 minutes to go for Team Education First to get underway. Okay, we have just over 1 minute for Education Team First, team time trials. Cycle 16 kilometers around Al Hudayriyah Island. Okay, 45 seconds.
Okay, just 30 seconds to go for Team Education First. We're nearly there.
Hit me with the horns.
20 seconds.
15 seconds. 10 seconds to go. And there they go, Team Education
First on our way. And the team time trials, first stage of the UAE Tour here in Abu Dhabi. 7 stages on this tour. We'll be working our way around the 7 Emirates
of the UAE. And just 4.5 minutes before our next team get underway here, the team time trials, which is Team Dimension Data.
Sexy baila y me deja con las ganas. Y yo hoy estoy
We have 5 minutes in between each team. So each team has plenty of time to prepare here at the starting line. Team Dimension Data just making their way out onto the starting line here at the ramp.
With just 3.5 minutes to go before they get underway.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
And on Team Dimension Data we have Mark Cavendish, Bernie Eisel, Ama Gabreg Zabir, Reinhard van Rensburg, Roman Kruziger, Louis Menkes, and J. Robert Thompson. All with Team Dimension Data. We have just over 2.5 minutes before they get underway here on the starting line. First stage of the UAE Tour. First stage is 16 kilometers around the track here at Al Hudayrah Island.
Okay, just over 2 minutes to go for Team Dimension Data.
This is the 6th team to get underway here at the starting line. Okay, just under 1.5 minutes to go for Team Dimension Data.
We're just 1 minute away for Team Dimension Data to get underway here on their team time trial.
And if you have just joined us here at the starting line, you're very welcome to the first stage of the UAE Tour. 40 seconds to go. 30 seconds to go for Team Dimension Data. $20 seconds. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds.
And there we go, Team Dimension Data underway on their first team time trial here at the very first stage of the UAE Tour in Abu Dhabi.
Okay, we've got 4.5 minutes before we welcome our next team for team time trials. Bora-Hansgrohe.
And of course, I'm going to keep reminding you of this. It is a very hot day today here in Abu Dhabi. Exactly, you got to use that sunscreen. Stay hydrated, drink loads of water. Make sure you're covered up. Okay, just over 3.5 minutes to go before our next team, Bora-Hansgrohe. They'll make their way to the ramp to get underway on their team time trial, 16 kilometers on the first stage of the UAE Tour.
Okay, we've got 3 minutes to go before our next team, Bora-Hansgrohe. And here they come. Okay, let's welcome
our next team to the start line, Bora-Hansgrohe. We have on team Bora-Hansgrohe, David Formolo, Eric Baska, Sam Bennett, Emmanuel Buchmann, Peter Kenyuk, Christoph Pfingston, and Maximilian Schachmann. Just under 2 minutes for team Bora-Hansgrohe to get underway here at their team time trial, the first stage of the UAE Tour. 16 kilometers around the track here at Al Hudayriyah Island in Abu Dhabi. 7 stages on this tour. We'll be covering all 7 Emirates here in the UAE. And the first Emirate, of course, Abu Dhabi. Just under 1.5 minutes to go for team Bora-Hansgrohe. Okay, with just 1 minute to go, they're ready here on the start line. Team Bora-Hansgrohe ready to go. Just 45 seconds before they get underway. .30 seconds to go for team Bora-Hansgrohe. .20 seconds. 10 seconds to go.
And they're off. It is team Bora-Hansgrohe taking off on their team time trial. "16 kilometers.
And we have the team from Cycle here at the starting line, helping each team take off on their team time trial. Just under 4.5 minutes before we welcome our next team here on the ramp at the starting line. which will be team number 8, Team Katusha-Alpecin. Okay, just to keep you updated, the best team so far. Team UAE Emirates. With a time of 17 minutes, 25 seconds. And we just have just over 3 minutes to go before we welcome our next team, which is Team Katusha-Alpecin. Team Katusha-Alpecin making their way to the start line. Just 2.5 minutes
before they get underway on their team time trial.
Take water.
Okay, just over 2 minutes to go for Team Katusha-Alpecin to get underway. On Team Katusha-Alpecin, we have Marcel Kittel, Alex Dowsett, Marco Haller, Pavel Kajetkov, Danny Navarro, Rick Zabel, and Ilnur Zakarin. Just under 1.5 minutes for Team Katusha-Alpecin to get underway on their 16-kilometer team time trial here at the first stage of the UAE Tour in Abu Dhabi.
One minute to go.
Okay, we just have 40 seconds to go. Team Katusha-Alpecin getting ready here at the starting line. 30 seconds. $20 seconds. Ladies and gents, you're very welcome to the starting line. We now have 10 seconds to go. And there they go.
Team Katusha-Alpecin. Starting off strong on their 16-kilometer team time trial.
Welcome along to the start line here at the first stage of the UAE Tour. We have 7 stages making our way around the 7 Emirates of the United Arab Emirates. Just under 4 minutes to go before our next team gets underway on their team time trial. AG2R La Mondiale making their way to the start line.
This is something special about music. Trust your DJ.
Okay, and I have an update for you. The best team to finish so far at the first stage of the UAE Tour is Mitchelton-Scott. 17 minutes, 21
seconds with an average of 55 kilometers an hour.
Okay, just over 2.5 minutes for Team AG2R La Mondiale to get underway on their team time trial. And getting ready here on the ramp at the start line, we have Larry Warbass, Jeffrey Bouchard, Benoit Casnefoy,
Can I please talk to you for a minute?
Samuel Dumoulin, Tony Gallopin, Quentin Jarugi, and Aurélien Paré-Pont. Just over 1.5 minutes to go for Team AG2R La Mondiale. Okay, just over 1 minute to go for Team AG2R La Mondiale. And a quick update for you, the fastest team so far today on the first stage of the UAE Tour. Education First with a time of 17 minutes, 15 seconds, average speed of 55.652 kilometers per hour. Okay, we just have 35 seconds before AG2R La Mondiale get underway on their team time trial here at the start line. 25 seconds to go. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 'And they're off. AG2R La Mondiale making their way down the ramp on their 16-kilometer race team time trial.
Oh, yes.
Let's get it on.
Okay, just over 4 minutes to go before we welcome our next team to take part in the team time trials at the first stage of the UAE Tour. This will be team number 10.
Bahrain-Merida. And if you have just joined us here at the start line, you're all very welcome.
You've got a nice view from here, right? You hot? It is very hot. Make sure you stay sunscreen and loads of water, of course. Okay, we have 3.5 minutes to go before we welcome our next team to the start line. Team Bahrain-Merida. Our fastest team today so far, Team Education first, and we have 11 teams to go. Making their way to the start line here at the ramp. Team Bahrain-Merida with 2.5 minutes to go before they get underway. And on Team Bahrain-Merida we have Vincenzo Nibali, Phil Bauhaus, Damiano Caruso, Rowan Dennis, Heinrich Hausler, Marcel Seberg, and Jan Tratnik. Just over 1.5 minutes to go for Team Bahrain-Merida. And would you please welcome to the starting line to drop the flag for Team Bahrain-Merida, the Italian ambassador here in the UAE,
His Excellency, Mr. Libero Stellino.
You're very welcome. Okay, we have just over 1 minute before Team Bahrain-Merida get underway on their team time trial. 16 kilometers.
The ocean, what devotion are you? How deep is your love? Is it like Nirvana?
40 seconds to go for Team Bahrain-Merida.
How deep is your love? How deep is your love?
30 seconds.
How deep is your love? Is it like the ocean? Pull me closer again. How deep is
20 seconds to go for Team Bahrain-Merida to get underway. Stage 1 of the UAE Tour. 10 seconds.
And there they go, Team Bahrain-Merida on their way around the 16-kilometer track here for team time trials. First stage, of course, here in Abu Dhabi. 7 stages of the UAE Tour. Making our way around the 7 Emirates of the UAE. And of course, Abu Dhabi being our first stage of the tour, we'll be making our way around the 7 Emirates of the United Arab Emirates. Dubai will be our next stop. But let's see how the team time trials turnout here in Abu Dhabi. Just under 2.5 minutes to go. For Team Jumbo-Visma. And on Team Jumbo-Visma,
we have Primoz Roglic, Koen Bouwman, Laurens de Plus, Thomas Leeser, Paul Martins, Tony Martin, and Jos van Emden. Just over 1 minute to go for Team Jumbo-Visma to get underway on their first time trial here at stage 1 of the UAE Tour. 1 minute.
.45 seconds to go for Team Jumbo-Visma. Making their way around the 16-kilometer track here on Al Hudaybiya Island, Abu Dhabi, on this very hot day here in the UAE. 25 seconds to go.
15 seconds. 10 seconds. And they're off, Team Jumbo-Visma.
Making their way down the ramp to start their team time trial. The team to beat so far, Education first.
Eleven teams have got underway here at the first stage of the UAE Tour. 9 teams to go. And just under 4.5 minutes before our next team starts here from the ramp. Team Astana Pro. And welcome along. If you have just joined us, you're just in time for Team 12 of today's team time trials here at the starting line.
We're getting ready to welcome Astana Pro Team, just under 3.5 minutes before they get going on their team time trial today. Stage 1 of the UAE Tour.
7 stages on the UAE Tour. First one kicking off here in Abu Dhabi. Just under 3 minutes to go before we see Astana Pro Team get underway here at the start line. 2.5 minutes to go as they make their way out onto the ramp.
And each team, of course, some nice scenery around the 16-kilometer track here at Al Hudaybiya Island in Abu Dhabi for the first stage of the UAE Tour. And here comes Astana Pro Team, just under 2 minutes before they get underway here from the start line. Okay, 1.5 minutes to go for Astana Pro Team.
We have Gorka Izagiri, Manueli Borrero,
Danny Famanique, Omar Filey,
Dmitry Gustev, Jan Hurt, and David Velila. 45 seconds to go for Team Astana Pro.
Okay, just 30 seconds to go before we see Astana Pro Team get underway on their team time trial, the first stage of the UAE Tour. 20 seconds to go. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 'Cause and they're off, Astana Pro Team. Make their way down the ramp for their 16-kilometer team time trial race.
And just 4.5 minutes before we welcome our next team to get underway on their team time trial. Movistar Team. We have 5 minutes between each team, so they'll have plenty of time to get ready here at the start line. Okay, just 4 minutes to go before we welcome our next team. And if you have just joined us, you're very welcome here at the start line of the very first team time trial, the first stage of the UAE Tour. Stage 1 of 7. Just over 3.5 minutes to go for Team Movistar.
They're getting ready to be the phone, it should be there. Right? We're behind. Yeah. Maybe they're doing something behind us. Yeah.
And just a quick reminder, of course, stay hydrated.
He's taking very nice job.
Loads of sunscreen. Stay protected in the hot midday sun.
Okay, Team Movistar making their way to the start line. Just under 3 minutes to go before they get underway.
Ella señora, no es señorita. Sexy baila y me deja con las ganas. Cómo te luces cuando lo meneas.
Okay, 2.5 minutes to go for Team Movistar. And on Movistar Team we have Alejandro Valverde, Andre Amador,
James Castillo, Ruben Fernandez, Luis Mas, Nelson Oliveira,
and Yasha Sutherland. That is Team Movistar with 1 minute and 50 seconds to go before they get underway on their team time trial. Okay, 1.5 minutes to go for Movistar Team to get underway on their first stage of the UAE Tour, which is the team time trial stage. They'll make their way around a 16-kilometer racetrack here at Al Hudayriyah Island,
Abu Dhabi.
Right? People watch.
1 minute to go. Okay, 40 seconds to go before Movistar Team make their way down the ramp and around 16 kilometers here at the first stage in Abu Dhabi, the first stage of the UAE Tour. 25 seconds.
20 seconds to go. 15 seconds. 10 seconds to go. And they're off.
Movistar Team down the ramp, starting their team time trial, 16 kilometers here around the track at Al Hudayriyah Island. First stage of the UAE Tour in Abu Dhabi.
And if you have just joined us here at the start line, you're very welcome. You're just in time for the 14th team we'll be welcoming here at the start line in 4.5 minutes to start their team time trial. And the next team will be Groupama-FDJ. This is the first stage of the UAE Tour here in Abu Dhabi. 7 stages, making our way around the 7 Emirates here in the United Arab Emirates. How are you all doing down on the beach? It's a nice beach. Not a bad starting line. Okay, we have just under 3.5 minutes for our next team to get underway, which is Groupama-FDJ. 7 riders per team, making their way onto the ramp any minute. And we have the ladies from Cycle helping each team get underway down the ramp here at the start line. 2.5 minutes for our next team to get underway on their team time trial. Team Groupama-FDJ. Okay, we just have 2 minutes to go. Okay, they're here. Getting ready. We've got 5 minutes in between each team. Okay, just under 1.5 minutes for Team Groupama-FDJ. We have Anthony Roux, Bruno Armorail,
Mikhail Delage, David Gaudu, Sebastian Reichenbach, Mark Saru,
and Miles Scottson. 45 seconds to go for Team Groupama-FDJ to get underway on the first stage of the UAE Tour, their team time trials today. 30 seconds to go. Okay, just 20 seconds to go for Groupama-FDJ. 15 seconds. 10 seconds.
And there they go. Off down the ramp, it is Team Groupama-FDJ starting their team time trial. And I have an update for you. So our best team so far today, the time to beat is 16 minutes and 58 seconds. It is Team
Bahrain-Merida with an average speed of 56 kilometers, 56.581 kilometers. So Team Bahrain-Merida is the team to beat here at the team time trials. Stage 1 of the UAE Tour.
And again, their time to beat is 16 minutes, 58 seconds. Bahrain-Merida. Okay, just over 3.5 minutes before our next team makes their way to the starting line here for the first stage of the UAE Tour. This is the
15th team today, Trek-Segafredo.
Thanks, Anita. Anita's helping me out, keeping me hydrated with my water. And make sure you do the same. Drink loads of water. on this warm day here in Abu Dhabi. Okay, just over 2.5 minutes. Before Team Trek-Segafredo get underway on their team time trial here at stage 1 of the UAE Tour. Two minutes to go for Trek-Segafredo, and on Team Trek-Segafredo we have Richie Port, William Clark,
Nicholas Ige, Markel Irizar, Boca Malema, Matteo Machetti, and Cale Reinen. Okay, just over 1 minute to go.
The Team Trek-Segafredo get underway on their team time trial here in Abu Dhabi for the first stage of the UAE Tour. Okay, I have another update for you. The team to beat so far today with a time of 16 minutes and 49 seconds. Average speed of 57.086 kilometers is
Team Jumbo-Visma. Okay, 30 seconds to go for Trek-Segafredo to make their way down the ramp and underway their 16-kilometer race around Al Hudarai Island here in Abu Dhabi. 15 seconds. 10 seconds.
And they're off. It is Team Trek-Segafredo on their way on their team time trials. Stage 1 of the UAE Tour. Stage 1 of 7. We have 7 stages around the UAE covering all of the 7 Emirates.
Okay, we have 5 teams left to get underway here at the starting line for their team time trial. And just over 4 minutes for our next team, which will be Team Lotto Soudal.
And welcome along to those of you who have just joined us here at the starting line of the first stage of the UAE Tour here in Abu Dhabi. They're just in time for team number 16, with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go before they make their way down the ramp and on their way around the 16-kilometer track here on Al Hudarai Island for stage 1 of the UAE Tour. Two minutes, 45 seconds to go before Team Lotto Soudal get underway on their team time trial, making their way onto the starting line.
Excuse me, can I please talk to you for a minute?
And on Team Lotto Soudal, we have 7 riders.
Caleb
Ewan, Adam Blythe,
Adam Hansen, Roger Kluge, Bjorg Lambrecht, Maxime Monfort, and Sander Arme. Team Lotto Soudal, 1 minute, 40 seconds to go.
Excuse me, can I please talk to you for a minute?
Take a minute, girl, let's sit down. What's been happening? What's been happening? Take a minute, girl.
Okay, just over 1 minute to go for Team Lotto Soudal to get underway on their team time trial. First stage of the UAE Tour here in Abu Dhabi, and the very first team time trial stage. 40 seconds to go. "30 seconds for Lotto Soudal.
"20 seconds to go. The helicopters overhead getting ready. 10 seconds to go. And they're off. It is Team
Lotto Soudal. Down the run. Starting their 16-kilometer race.
We have 6 bicycles up. Yeah, 6 or 7. Extra,
And
like,
just 4
each of them
teams
have
to go.
extra, no? Yeah.
4.5 minutes. We welcome our next team to the starting line here on the ramp to get ready. The 17th team of the day is CCC Team. We have 7 riders on each team. 20 teams taking part today at the team time trials here at the first stage of the UAE Tour in Abu Dhabi. CCC Team making their way to the starting line. Okay, just under 3.5 minutes before CCC Team get underway. And on CCC Team,
we have Serge Powells, Patrick Bevins, Victor Delaparte,
Alessandro De Marchi. Jakub Mareczko. Lucas Ocean. And Joey Roskop. Just over 2 minutes to go for CCC Team to get underway on their team time trial here at the first stage of the UAE Tour in Abu Dhabi. One minute and 40 seconds. CCC Team getting ready here on the start line. Okay, just under 1.5 minutes to go. And welcome along to the start line for the spectators who have just joined us. You're very welcome. Okay, just over 1 minute to go.
Before CCC Team get underway. Down the ramp and on their 16-kilometer race around the track here at Al Hudayriyah Island, Abu Dhabi. "45 seconds to go. 30 seconds to go for CCC Team.
Seconds. 15. 10 seconds to go. And they're off. CCC Team
Underway on their team time trial. Just 3 teams to go.
Huh? Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
Okay, just over 4 minutes before we welcome Team Sky to the starting line. You happy about Team Sky? Big fan of Team Sky? We've got the lovely ladies here from Yas Cycle helping each team take off nice and smoothly here from the starting line. The first stage of the UAE Tour. You're very welcome along. And we have just 3.5 minutes before Team Sky take to the ramp here at the starting line. And Team Sky, the 18th team of the day to make their way around the 16-kilometer racetrack here on Al Hudayriyah Island, Abu Dhabi. Just under 3 minutes to go before we welcome Team Sky. Okay, 2.5 minutes before Team Sky get underway on their team time trial. And the team to beat still so far is Team Jumbo-Visma. Two minutes to go for Team Sky, making their way onto the ramp right now. Okay, getting ready on the starting line. Team Sky. We have Kenny Ellisand. Mikael Gawash. Christopher Halverson. Mikhail Kwiatkowski. Gianni Moscon. Salvatore Puccio. And Pavel Sivakov. Just 1 minute to go for Team Sky to get underway on their team time trial here at the first stage of the UAE Tour. We have 7 stages, of course, on the UAE Tour, Abu Dhabi being the first. We will cover all 7 Emirates on this tour. 40 seconds to go for Team Sky. "30 seconds. Team Sky here at the starting line, getting ready to make their way down the ramp on their 16-kilometer team time trial race. 20 seconds. "10 seconds. And they're off.
Team Sky underway for their team time trial. And the team to beat so far today is Team Jumbo-Visma.
Welcome along to the starting line here at the first stage of the UAE Tour in Abu Dhabi. Just under 4.5 minutes for our next team to get underway on their team time trial, which will be Team Sunweb. Okay, just over 3.5 minutes. Team Sunweb making their way onto the ramp here at the starting line for their first stage of the UAE Tour. Team time trial stage. Okay, we've got just 3 minutes to go before Team Sunweb get underway. And for Team Sunweb, we have Tom Dumoulin, Nikias Arndt,
Case Ball, Chad Haga.
Wilco Kelderman. Robert Power. And Maximilian Valscheid. Just over 2 minutes for Team Sunweb, getting ready here at the starting line on the ramp for their first stage of the UAE Tour, the first team time trials. We have 7 riders per team and 20 teams. And the team so far to beat today is Team Jumbo-Visma. 1 minute 40 seconds for Team Sunweb. Okay, just over 1 minute to go before Team Sunweb make their way down the ramp and around the 16-kilometer time trial race here on Al Hudaydah Island in Abu Dhabi. 1 minute to go. This is the first stage of the UAE Tour, kicking off here in Abu Dhabi. 7 stages altogether, covering each of the 7 Emirates. 45 seconds for Team Sunweb. "30 seconds to go. "20 seconds for Team Sunweb to get underway on their team time trial. 10 seconds. And they're off. Team Sunweb.
The second last team making their way around the 16-kilometer racetrack on the team time trial today.
And we have just one team to go here today, the first stage of the UAE Tour. And that is Team Deceuninck-Quick-Step. Just under 4.5 minutes before our final team of the day get on their way here at the starting line. Are you enjoying the race so far? Making your way around. Enjoy. And of course, you're very welcome if you have just joined us. You're a little bit late, but that's okay. You still have the chance to see one team left take off here at the starting line. In 4 minutes' time, we'll welcome the Deceuninck-Quick-Step. Okay, just under 3.5 minutes. Before our final team of the day gets underway on their team time trial. Team Deceuninck-Quick-Step. Okay, just over 2.5 minutes to go. And for Team Deceuninck-Quick-Step, We have Elia Viviani.
Trek-Segafredo. Remco Evenepoel.
Mikkel Anor. James Knox. Michael Morkow. And Fabio Sabatini. Okay, just over 1.5 minutes before Team Deceuninck-Quick-Step get underway on their team time trial here at the first stage of the UAE Tour. They'll make their way around the 16-kilometer racetrack here in Abu Dhabi.
1, 2, 3, let go.
Just over 1 minute to go. Our final team of the day, Deceuninck-Quick-Step. And the team to beat today is Team Jumbo-Visma.
We're not going anywhere. Yeah, we're going there, bro. Yeah, right.
30 seconds to go for Team Deceuninck-Quick-Step to get underway down the ramp on
their team time trial, 16 kilometers. 20 seconds. 10 seconds.
And there they go, they're underway. Team Deceuninck-Quick-Step, the final team of the day, here at the first stage of the UAE Tour here in Abu Dhabi. Thank you so much for joining us here at the start line. For the first stage, we have 7 stages on this tour. Next stop will be Dubai. Make sure you join us on the finish line.